Good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. We are live tonight from the Fairbury American Legion Speedway with the League of Outlaws IMCA style modifieds. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth tonight is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing wonderful, buddy. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Ready for another exciting night of racing here with the League of Outlaws IMCA style modifieds. Catching the tail end of the practice session here, a little over a minute left. You can see the times there on the left-hand side of the screen. James Murphy, fastest so far here in practice, running a 13:42. Owen Clark out there at 13:47. AJ Hunsinger a 13:48. Matt Pridgeon a 13:50. Patrick Solari a 13:54. Also got a qualifying session coming up for these drivers as well here tonight, followed by heat racing action and feature action. Feature's going to be about 40 laps. Also got a busy next couple of days here on the Buckeye Racing Network. Tomorrow night we're going to be live at USA, I believe, International for wing sprint car action, 360 sprint cars in the RPES series. Tuesday night we got STRR, the Short Track Rivals Racing IMCA style modifieds at Lanier. So busy next couple of days here on the Buckeye Racing Network.
Oh man, Doyle working that bottom throughout this whole practice.
Yeah, I mean, this is a smaller racetrack, but it is very wide, so the drivers definitely have plenty of real estate to kind of run around, switch up their racing line as the night progresses.
And the higher you go up, the more banking you have. Probably use that to your advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Just was keying in on Trevor Doyle, and that would be Jared Murphy. They were kind of running the lower line around the speedway. All right, so we just wrapped up the practice session. The qualifying session is just getting underway. It is open qualifying, and these drivers are already taken to the racetrack. Chris Cox here in the 515 machine, making his way around the racetrack. Let's see what sort of lap times roll in here. Cox to the top of the chart, a 14:17. Trevor Doyle, a 14:49. Patrick Solari just went also to the top, tying Chris Cox at a 14:17. Christian White, I believe that is, he's fourth on the speed chart. Well, excuse me, now, yep, back to fourth at a 14:02. Chris Cox just popped up with a 13:84. He's changed his lineup a little bit around the outside, so. Mitchell Menard just ran a 13:83. He just went to the top of the board.
A little over half the field has completed all three of their qualifying laps, leaving Jared Murphy coming out right now with James not seeing the track yet, alongside Matt Pridgeon and Trevor Williams.
Jared, James, and Trevor, it looks like, are all out on the racetrack right now.
Well, they must have just came out as I was speaking.
James working the top side of the racetrack around. Jared ran a 14:38, Trevor a 15:37. Trevor just... It looks like they both did on their second lap. James just ran a 13:86. Oh, my, new quick time. 57 of Trevor Williams at a 13:71. Awesome lap there for him. James Murphy a little slower on that third lap at a 13:90. I believe that's pretty much going to wrap up our qualifying here. Got about 2 minutes left in the session. But all 12 cars that are in the session have qualified. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the grid here on heat number 1. Looks like we'll have a couple heats here. On row number 1, on the inside, is going to be the 57, your pole winner, Trevor Williams. To his outside is going to be the 515 of Chris Cox. Row number 2 is going to be the 23 machine on the inside of Owen Clark. On the outside is going to be the 1 machine of Jared Murphy. Row 3 is going to be the 99 of Patrick Solare and the 07 of Christian White. Eight laps the distance for these guys. If you're with us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, we as always appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing here, hit that like button for us. Let us know in the chat who you're pulling for here tonight. Green flag is in the air in heat number 1, and Trevor Williams is going to lead us down into turn 1 and 2. Chris Cox fighting hard on the outside. My, oh my. Close battling through 3 and 4 and onto the front stretch. Williams out front. Cox is in second. Jared Murphy is going to settle into third. Battle is on for fourth. Patrick Solari, Owen Clark, Christian White.
Patrick working the inside, trying to make the car stick to the bottom, trying to take over that 4th place position.
Chris Cox is moving ahead of Trevor Williams through turn 1 and 2 there, working way down low on the racetrack. Sliding up in front of Trevor. Trevor's going to try a crossover down the front straightaway. Contact there into 1. Awesome battling here in heat number 1 for the lead.
Jared all the way around the outside.
Jared's trying to run where everybody else isn't up top, and he is starting to make a little bit of progress up there. Contact between Trevor Williams and Patrick Solare. Jared Murphy into second. White flag is in the air for Chris Cox. Does Jared have anything for Chris?
Wow, look at the launch he gets. He's going to be right there, I think.
Checkered flag in the air. At the line, Chris Cox wins heat 1. Jared Murphy's going to come home second. Patrick Solari third. Trevor Williams fourth. Christian White fifth. Owen Clark sixth. That's the finishing order of heat number 1. Take a look at the grid here for the second and final heat of the night. On the front row is going to be the 69 machine on the inside of Mitchell Menard. On the outside is going to be the 65 of James Murphy. Row 2 is going to be the 024 of Trevor Doyle on the inside. And the 33 of A.J. Hunsinger on the outside. Row number 3 is going to be the 001 of Matt Pridgeon on the inside. And the 22 of Thomas Levister on the outside. Again, 8 laps the distance here, same as heat number 1 for these guys in heat 2.
This will determine the outside row.
Yes, the outside starting positions for the feature. So every position you finish ahead of another guy here is going to help your starting spot for the 40-lap A main here in just a bit. Pace truck is off. Tim, why don't you bring us to green?
And Mitchell Menard is off and away. James Morris around the outside. They're about even. Coming off the corner. Battle with Trevor Doyle all the way to the inside. Looks off camber. James Morris takes the lead. Battle for fourth. 3 cars under a blanket. I believe that is Bridgen trying to work his way past Hunsinger and Levester.
And a side note, A.J. Hunsinger in a little bit different paint scheme than we're used to seeing here tonight.
Wow, oh no.
That's going to bring the yellow out. We just saw it at the top of the broadcast screen. We'll go back and take another look at that. Keep an eye on the 33 there of A.J. Hunsinger. Down into turn 1 on the bottom. He's going to make contact with the Trevor Doyle machine, and his car's just going to kind of turn sideways as he was holding the brake. Matt Bridgen makes contact with him and gets him turned all the way around, bringing that yellow flag out.
Yeah, what happened with Doyle, it started out a 4. He had a run on the 69 machine of Mitchell Maynard, and he tried to go around the outside, and it got hung up into the wall. And as he went into turn 1 and 2, it got a little too sideways and kind of just collided.
Pace truck is off, field in the hands of James Murphy. Green flag is back in the air. 4 laps to go here in this second heat. Mitchell Menard's in second. A.J. Hunsinger is running third. I think something's also wrong with the front end of that. I think the right front is broke on A.J. Hunsinger's machine. That right front doesn't look healthy. Trevor Doyle going to work around the outside. Go ahead, Tim.
AJ still working that car, even if it is broken. He's still competitive. Doyle way up the track. New area code.
White flag already in the air here in this second heat. James Murphy rolling through 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air. James Murphy takes heat 2.
Wow.
I believe at the line, Trevor Doyle's going to get credited with second. Mitchell Menard's third. A.J. Hunsinger fourth. There, that was the cars that were running in their finishing order.
By a tenth.
Yeah, that was very close at the line for that position. Let's go ahead here and take a look at the starting lineup here for our feature event. We got 40 laps here at Fairbury. The front row is going to look like this. On the inside, it's going to be the 515 of Chris Cox. On the outside, it's going to be the 65 of James Murphy. Row number 2. Inside is going to be the 1 machine of Jared Murphy, and on the outside is going to be the 024 of Trevor Doyle. Row number 3 is going to be the 99 machine of Patrick Solari on the inside, and the 69 machine of Mitchell Menard on the outside. Row 4 is going to be the 57 machine of Trevor Williams on the inside, A.J. Hunsinger on the outside. Row 5, Christian White in the 07 and 9th. Matt Bridgen's going to start 10th in the 001. Our 6th and final row is going to be Owen Clark in the 23 and Thomas Levester in the 22. We have a Trevor and Owen fan in the chat here tonight, rooting on their driver. Thank you, thank you. We got 40 laps. We'll see what they can do here for 40 laps. Chris Cox is going to bring us to green here. Pace truck is off. Out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. 40 laps at Fairbury. Out front early is going to be Chris Cox and James Murphy, and they banged off of one another coming out of turn 2. Everybody staying straight. These laps are going to click by fast.
Trevor Doyle's just looking to get around the outside of Jared. There's nowhere else to go.
I know this track is very wide, and it leads to 3 and 4 wide action. You see it right in front there between the 69, 99, and 1 machines. Mitchell Menard's committed to running that very low side of the speedway. The same with the 23, a little further back of Owen Clark. They're running way low.
James around the outside, contact made between the 2 leaders. Not enough. They kept it going straight. Jared closing the door, or closing the distance.
Battle for 4th, Trevor Doyle, Patrick Solare. Trevor Doyle running the far outside part of the racetrack. Definitely getting great runs out of the corners, that's for sure. Gaining on our top 3, doing it. Got a Trevor Doyle fan in the chat. Thank you, thank you. Top 4 settle out. The battle is on. 4, 6 on the racetrack. Trevor Williams, Mitchell Menard. Mitchell Menard still working the inside. AJ Hunsinger's looking to throw his car in the mix as well. Oh my, contact. One's around. I believe that's the 1 machine of Matt Pridgeon. That's going to bring the yellow flag out.
I was about to say Chris Cox looks like he migrated up after seeing Trevor Doyle in the mirror run way up there.
We're looking at the 07 of Chris White. The 23 makes contact with the 1, gets him turned sideways, and the 07 and the 22 machines had nowhere to go there and were collected up in that. That's what brought our yellow flag out. Christian White, Matt Pridgeon are both in the pit lane, repairing those race cars. Hope to see them back out here.
Chris Cox takes the outside.
Side by side is Chris Cox and James Murphy. Green flags back in the air and it's tight battling down into turn 1. Oh no!
The leaders.
James Murphy's motor has expired, I believe. My goodness. Let's go see if we can decipher that just a little bit. You see them here. Look how close they are taking the green flag. I mean, there was not an inch between those 2 race cars. And down into turn 1, Chris Cox looks like he just pinches off James just a little bit. James' car makes contact. He hops over the front end of Chris, and they both just go straight into the outside wall. My, oh my. Hard impact for James in the 65. And the motor did look like it expired on that machine. Crazy stuff. James Murphy and Christian White still in the pit lane, repairing those cars. What a change of events up front. We could see there is some damage on the front end of Chris. Field is going to bunch up 2 by 2. Pace lights are out. We're going to go back to green this time. To note, James Murphy is still in the pit lane.
We're going to have to keep an eye on that Chris Cox machine. I don't know.
Green flag is back in the air. And we will keep an eye on Chris. He does have a little bit of damage, but so far so good. Battle is on for second. Look at Trevor Williams down on the inside trying to make up the ground.
Jared comes right back after making contact with the wall. Just about 4 wide.
Jared's running way up there trying to make that ground up. I mean, look at how much difference there is. Oh, Trevor Doyle almost around. He gathers it back up and gets back straight. No harm, no foul there. That's going to put Patrick into second solo for the time being. Chris Cox still leading out front. It don't look like that damage is hurting that car too much at the moment. Ooh, I heard somebody just scraping the wall through 1 and 2. Everybody, no caution. Still green. Last
working that inside, trying to get by Maynard.
Yeah, there's a few cars that's been committed to running down low, and Hunsinger has been one. Williams has been another. Lap times are really, really close. Our 2 leaders are running a 14:24, a 14:26, so not a lot of space in between there. Third place, Jared Murphy, was at 14:18, so lap times very close around Fairbury. 21 laps already left.
Wow, Owen just getting a huge lunge into the corners.
And he's got the right rear of that car up next to the wall, almost touching it. And he did get a little bit of it there through 1 and 2. Still, Chris Cox out front, trying to set sail and pull away from everybody. Patrick Solari is going to be in second. Owen Clark is third. Jared Murphy's fourth. Trevor Williams is fifth. That's your top 5. And starting a 3-wide battle right behind him for 6th. Oh. Mitchell Menard ends up going around from the contact there, out of turn number 2. That's going to bring out our 3rd caution here in the feature. Let's go back and take a look at that. You see Mitchell there in the 69 machine, so keep an eye on him. Doyle just got the run out, was trying to get the run out of the corner, and he just kind of sliced down, and Mitchell is there. And that was what the contact was made, and that sent Mitchell around, bringing out the yellow flag. It's about 15 laps remaining here. Tim, do you think Chris can hang on with a little bit of damage on the front end of that race car?
I have no clue. We're gonna have to see. I know he doesn't like seeing the amount of yellows that we're seeing. Every restart. Can he cross it over? He does. Huge run out of 2.
My, everybody's hanging it out. Jared Murphy way up on the outside. Big run. He is right there, too.
He's trying. He's going to force a gap. He's going to make his own lane. He's going to go way outside.
He is there.
3 wide off of 2 for the lead. Dead even.
My, oh my, what a race we have here at Fairbury. Jared Murphy to the lead for the first time here tonight. Patrick Solari is going to be second. Chris Tox slid back to third. Yellow, yellow, yellow. With 10 laps to go here. Let's see what happened. I think it happened towards the back of the field. Keep an eye on the 07 machine of Christian White. Let's see exactly what happens. Oh, he just slid up into Matt Pridgeon and also into Trevor Doyle. That's what's going to bring our yellow flag out. But new leader, Mr. Jared Murphy here late in the going. That last restart did change a lot. The outcome of this. Okay,
we will be double stacking. I didn't think we would.
Oh, a little bit of contact here. The front row. Murphy's on the gas. Green flag goes back in the air. Almost 4 wide there out of turn number 2. Excuse me.
Oh, big contact.
Murphy goes around. That's going to bring the yellow flag out. And again, that's something that's going to change the outcome of this race potentially.
I believe the scoring is going to put Jared back to where he was.
You see, Solari just tried to enter on the same line Jared was entering, and Jared was already there, and unfortunately, Jared got the short end of the stick there. And I believe the race lead is going to go to Patrick Solari. We are, I believe, inside 10 laps, so we should get a single file restart here. Yeah, pace lights are already out. Single file restart upcoming. Oh, we're going to get one more lap of pacing. Pace truck is going to duck on off. Patrick Solari hits the gas. Green flag is back in the air. Chris Cox is in second. Owen Clark third. Trevor Williams in fourth and running way down low.
Here comes Chris Cox. He's looking to take back the lead to the inside. Not enough.
Yeah, not quite there. Out of 2. Going to settle back in and try again.
If Chris Cox wants this win, he's going to have to go around the outside, as he does.
Yellow flag back in the air once more. See if we can take a look at what exactly happened. Keep an eye on the 69 machine. That's Mitchell Menard. Oh, him and Jared Murphy make contact. Mitchell Menard goes up and over, flipping here at Fairbury. Fortunately, lands on the wheels. My, what a violent crash for the 69 machine. Mitchell did, I think, end up towing out, so he's sitting on the pit lane. Another single file restart upcoming for these fellows. The big question I have is, can Patrick hold on for the win here? I think ultimately he just wants to see this thing go green the rest of the way. He doesn't want to have to deal with too many more of these restarts. Pace truck is off. Solari fires and green flag back in the air.
Wow.
Cox tried to look to the inside there through 1 and 2. Owen Clark way up on the outside, hanging that car out, trying everything he can.
3 wide for third.
Trevor Williams still committed way down low.
Chris Cox with the crossover for the lead. He's at it. He's about even. Not gonna have enough to slide up in front of the leader.
3 laps to go.
Chris Cox losing a little bit of time to the leader. Jared making his way back up to the front. I believe he's sitting P5. P6.
White flag in the air for Patrick Solari. Can he hold off a charging Chris Cox on this final lap?
Oh boy. We're gonna see a slider.
Oh my! Out of turn 4, checkered flag in the air. Patrick Solari wins tonight at Fairbury. Chris Cox coming home with an impressive second place run, and Trevor Williams going to get credited with third. We're going to get a word with our top 3 finishers here in just a moment. But first, we're going to take a look at the final results here at Fairbury, and what a race we just witnessed. As our top 3 are going to line up for their photo. Here, we'll take a look at our race results. After 40 laps here at Fairbury with the League of Outlaws, Patrick Solari brings home the win. Chris Cox is going to be second. Trevor Williams third. Thomas Levester is going to come home fourth. A.J. Hunsinger fifth. Jared Murphy in sixth. Matt Pridgeon seventh. Trevor Doyle eighth. Owen Clark in ninth. Mitchell Menard 10th. Christian White 11th. And James Murphy in 12th. All right, let's see if we can get a word with Mr. Trevor Williams. Unfortunately, yep. I think he just
There he is.
popped in, so we will be able to talk to him. Trevor Williams, this is Tyler and Tim up in the booth, bud. You got a copy?
Gotcha, man. How's it going?
It's going fantastic, man. Well, first and foremost, congratulations on bringing it home in third tonight. It looked like all feature long you were committed to running that low part of the racetrack there, and you were able to bring it home in third.
Yeah, I felt most comfortable down there. It's once everybody starts running the top, if one person makes a mistake, it becomes an accordion and everybody just gets into it. So I felt like if I stayed down there and tried to be as smooth as possible and smart and patient, that, everybody else would kind of take care of themselves and I'd just be able to get a solid finish out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, third, that's got to feel good for you tonight, and we enjoyed watching you work down low. Tim, you have anything to ask Trevor?
No, not much. Other than who would you like to thank for tonight?
I just want to thank AJ and Mitch and Corey and all these guys for putting this league on. It's a lot of fun, especially now that we have the other leagues on board and doing the national points. It's something different that you don't see all the time, and I think it's going to grow to big things. And give a shout out to my dad and my wife that are watching, and you guys for putting on the show. It was fun.
All righty, Trevor. Again, we appreciate you getting a word in with us here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate that third place finish.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. That was our third place finisher, Trevor Williams. Without further ado, we're going to get a word here with our second place finisher, Chris Cox. Hey, Chris, Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All righty, man. How's that second place finish feel? I know you led some laps there. You got a little bit of damage, so tell us about it.
Oh, it was pretty good. Heck, I had damage from that second restart. The start I took on the top. I had damage from then. So honestly, just getting second, I'm pretty happy with that. Well, just happy my buddy Patrick's the one that got first. Yeah.
Well, good deal, man. It's a strong run tonight. Tim, you have anything to ask Chris?
Yeah, Chris, you had to get your elbows out to finish in second. How bad was the damage on your 313 machine?
Oh, the rear end was probably knocked around a little bit. The right front. Well, the right front was probably the only thing straight on it. I know the left front was jacked up. I got pushed off the track at one point. I got straight lined at one point. I had Patrick accidentally drive over the front of me at one point. At least he apologized. Yeah.
All right. Absolutely. Well, before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank MJC Desktop Fabrications. I'd like to thank Hogland Auto Plaza, LoO Fabrications, Chris Cox Gaming, TBH Defense, you guys for streaming this, AJ for putting this on for us, everybody for coming out. Yeah, it's everybody.
All righty, bud. Well, again, congratulations on that second place finish, and we'll let you go celebrate it.
All right, have a good night, guys.
You too. All right, that was our second place finisher, Chris Cox. We're now going to get to talk to our winner tonight, and that's going to be Patrick Solare. Hey, Patrick, Tyler, and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, man. Congratulations on winning here tonight. How's it feel?
Feels good because I definitely had to work for that one. I was not the fastest car.
I know. It seemed like we got those yellows, and it kind of led to some really close racing on the restarts and some beating and banging, and you just found your way leading this thing.
Yeah, when I got up next to Chris, I'm like, I'm going to use my real life experience here and just try to hold him high as long as I can. And then when he fires, I'm going to cut down the hill. And it worked pretty good. And then I bobbled and got into him, about spun him. I'm glad he kept it straight because I'd have felt really bad taking him out of contention for the win like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim, you have anything to ask Patrick?
No, I think that's about everything.
All right, Patrick, before we let you go, do you have anybody you'd like to thank?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank y'all for broadcasting it. Everyone at League of Outlaws, Two Fat Guys Promotions, all that for putting this on. I enjoy it coming out and running every time I run with them. It's always fun. And I'd like to thank I'd like to thank Dirty Drummond Racing for bringing me on board as on their dirt team. I'd like to thank the real life sponsors, Beckley Drilling and Blasting Services, ugh, Kevin Bailey, DDS, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, MCMB Banks, Lost World Caverns, S&S Industrial Maintenance, J&J Fabricating, Abco Performance, Axis Custom Decals, and Redline Nation Racing.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations on the victory here tonight at Fairbury. We'll let you go celebrate it.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. That was our race winner here tonight, Patrick Solare. Again, congratulations to everybody that ran tonight in our top 3. Wow, what a race we saw here tonight.
Yeah, certainly action everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, this is a smaller racetrack, but it's wide enough that it provides that awesome racing all the way around. There was action everywhere that you could look tonight, so really fun. Another awesome race here with the League of Outlaws and the IMCA style modifieds. Again, we're going to be back live tomorrow night. We have the Regal Promotions Esports 360 sprint cars at USA International Speedway. The broadcast is going to kick off about the same time it did tonight, right around 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So if you want to watch some more dirt racing, join us tomorrow night. And also Tuesday night, we have the Short Track Rivals Racing 8th and final race of their season at Lanier. So championship night this Tuesday night for STRR. We'll be live about 9 p.m. as well for that one. Plenty of racing action upcoming here on the Buckeye Racing Network. And for Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night.